Hello everyone, thank you for stopping by my channel, Danielle's Blooming Garden. I'm Danielle. Today's video is going to be a garden walkthrough or a garden tour, whichever you'd like to call it. But it is July 31st, 2025. As I said in my previous video, that we're going to be doing a garden tour today. So come along with me so you can see what's going on in the garden. But first, if you will, go ahead and give this video a like, subscribe if you want to see more content. I would really appreciate that. It helps get the video out to more people and it also helps my channel. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start over here in the herb garden. We have the zinnias that are actually starting to get a little disease now, noticing that they are suffering through this heat, just like we all are, but they are still looking pretty. I have harvested some last year, and as cut flowers for the house, but I have not done that this season. I just decided to just let them grow. I am deciding to maybe plant another round because they are somewhat looking very tattered. So I'm going to consider doing that. But we also have the marigolds down there looking very pretty still. And with those, the ones that are dead, these right here, I just kind of take these off and I just let them dry and I just throw them back in there. So if they actually want to reseed themselves, it's fine right there. So right here we have the thyme that you were with me the other day. I planted up from this section here, up top there. Let's see, right there. So I planted that from that section and I brought it down here. So this is looking pretty good. Next to it we have the marigold, which is, has gotten really tall, but it is still not giving me any flowers. So if you guys know anything about that and why it's not flowered yet, let me know in the comments. I would love to know what I'm doing, maybe not right, or do I just need to get more time for it to flower? But these right here, these are my mint that I've had these for about at least 4 years. I just keep, they keep coming back. I cut them and then they come back, and these smell so good. All right, and then we have some Cipollini onions growing right here, and they are doing good. We see some of them are bulbing up. I've already harvested several of them out of here. So this is just what is left over from these plants. And that one there. So they're doing good. And I just threw some basil in here because I had so many different plants. But these will be ready to harvest soon, these onions. This right here is some oregano that is, again, I've had that for about 3 or 4 years as well. And it is looking really good. This right here is the lavender that you were with me when I planted this up a couple of days ago on my last video. If you want to check that out, go ahead and check that out. Is Where Is It Going? That's what it's entitled on the thumbnail. So if you want to check that out, I would appreciate that. This right here is some rosemary. And so that is looking pretty good in that section. And then this is just another thyme plant that I have growing there. So that is the herb garden. Now we're going to transition over to the rest of the garden. So over here, outside of the herb garden, we're into the main garden here. This is the black beans that I have growing here, and they're doing pretty good. We see some blooms that are going to start putting on some beans there, and we actually have some beans that are growing here. There is one there. There's a few more that are actually coming close, ripening up pretty nicely here. So they're doing pretty good. I'm very happy with this. This is some basil, and it smells so good. I love to use this in soups and stews and a lot of different dishes to cook with. And then around here is some more black beans that we have growing and that are doing pretty good. They're doing okay. They're not doing great, but they're doing pretty good. And some more basil that I have planted around here. I did not want to take all the basil out because it wasn't all dead. So I said, you know what? I am going to actually just leave it there. So going over here next to this plant, we'll start on this, what I call bed number 1, garden bed number 1. This is our plant that is not doing so great. This is the Paul Robeson. Paul has palled out, and it's just, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull it, but I know everything is so overgrown and just not looking good, but it is what it is. This is time of year, and I just didn't have a good tomato year by my book. But anyway, this is our banana plant, 2 banana plants here. This is how they're looking. They look really, really good. So I'm very, very pleased with that. And we've got several in there coming on, looking really, really nicely. And there's some more. This is the second plant over on this side. And we'll be taking one of these, or some of these out very shortly, because they are actually doing so good. Look how big that is. So nice. Doing really, really nice. This is a strawberry plant here that's somewhat under the netting, but I don't really need to be under the netting anymore because it's not really growing anything anymore, any strawberries. So sorry for spinning you around. I'm still learning this camera, you guys. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so this right here is our lunchbox pepper, and we've got some flowers on it, some buds, flower buds there. They're going to start coming out very shortly. This is some more here. So this one is going to start giving us some peppers real soon. This right here is some actual more Super Sweet 100 tomato plant, and it's got a good amount of tomatoes still on the plant. You can see they're all ripening up. This is the other Super Sweet 100 that is growing here. And again, everything is looking a little bit tattered. Even this plant here, this is our Serrano that is getting pretty ate up by the bugs, but it is still pushing out these, I mean, like faster than I can, get these things harvested. Look at all these peppers on here. It is plentiful. And here I thought for a second, I was like, oh, are these Serrano peppers gonna give me anything? But once they started, man, they really have taken off. And I'm very, very happy about it. So I'm gonna be harvesting those soon. And I'll probably bring you along with me, of course. This is our next plant here, our shishito pepper. And so this is doing very nicely. This is another plant that I actually overwintered. And it has, done beautifully this season again. Here's some more peppers. It's got another red one on there. I'm going to be taking that off. And look at that, you guys. As we speak, I knew I saw some residual-do. And so I'm going to go ahead and get that leaf off of there and get that worm gone, because that is what's probably eating up my plant right there. All right, so I'm going to take you here into the crop cage that is doing pretty nice for us. I am housing our squash in here. So let me get you in here in just a second. Okay, so this is our mushroom basket here. That is not giving me one tomato all season. I don't know what the problem is. So if you've ever experienced this, please let me know. I did see before, this is the tiniest little flower buds look like starting to form, but it's not giving me anything all season. So I don't know about that, what I'm going to do about that, but it's okay. Here is the white scallop squash. We have 2 of those. Here is the other one. They're doing pretty good. Planted those several weeks ago, so now they're in there. This is a Cherokee purple tomato that seems to be doing well. This is some flowers here. Hopefully this one is going to do well. Yes, it's getting a little, heat damage there, but hopefully it'll continue to do well. Right here is our bell peppers. Let me back you up a little bit. So this is our bell peppers. You see, we have several on here doing nicely. So I'm very, very happy and very pleased with this plant. This is the plant that actually suffered some damage earlier in the season with the hornworm. And I actually had to cut part of it off, but didn't phase it. So this is another beautiful green bell pepper there that I'll be harvesting along with the other peppers when I do those. Ooh, y'all had a jump. That was the the lizard that lives in here. I'm scared of a lot of stuff. All right, now these 2 plants right here are the Bianco di Trieste. I'm excited about when they, finally start forming some squash for me so we can start eating some of that. All right, so let's go over here to where the lizard is crawling up. I don't know if y'all can see him right there because he blends in so well, but if you see me jump, you know why. Okay, so anyway, we have a good amount of peppers on here. You can see several in there, and there's even one down in there on the other side. I'm trying not to get in the way of this. Let me see if I can let y'all see it a little bit better in there. Not really. We see one down in there. So all these plants in here are doing pretty good. Happy about that. All right, so we're going to move on to the next grow table. All right, so here we're at the next grow table. This is the poblano peppers here. So they are finally starting to put on some peppers. The flowers have started to open up or form fruit on them. So you can see some of them right there. You can actually see some of them starting to bloom. One of them is there in the back, right there. And then there's one here. Let me see if I can get that on camera. There we go, right there. So they're starting to put on. I was worried about this plant as well, but it's starting to do good. All right. This one here is another, this is a Bush Goliath. This is a hybrid tomato. So again, it's, you know, getting a little tattered by the heat and everything, but it's still doing good. Hasn't given us any, you know, tomatoes yet, but that's all right. Everything's doing fine on it. This one here, this is another overgrown plant, but this is our black cherry tomato. So you can see it's doing pretty good there. It's just overgrown, and I'm trying to keep it staked as best I can. I think next season I'm not going to do as many cherry tomato plants. I'm going to try to do more determinate variety so I can keep a better hold on them. This one here is a Lesia pepper. So we've got several Lesia peppers growing on here, and they're doing very, very nicely. I have been harvesting off of this several times. So shout out to Gardening with Lisa. So she is one of my inspirations, I will say, that has gotten me to go ahead and get out on YouTube and start my channel. So go ahead and give her some love on her channel, Gardening with Lisa. Thank you so much, Lisa, for the recommendation or showing your garden, because I have, you know, went ahead and started these Lesia peppers from what, you know, I saw on your channel. So thank you so much for that. Next one here is, this is another poblano pepper plant. And it's doing good, and it's starting again to put on some peppers. You can see some here. So I can't wait to start tasting these. I didn't realize they would grow so tall, but that's okay. They're doing fine. This is a ground cherry that has absolutely went crazy. We have had so many ground cherries. They're all on the ground, as you can see. But some of them I do pick up. That way they don't, you know, get in, you know, set seed, but I've not, you know, it's so hot. I'm not out here trying to pick up ground cherries. If they grow next season, I'll just dig them up and take them out. All right, so let me come around the back here. This is some more strawberry plants that we have. So they're still doing nice and trying to grow everywhere. There's nowhere for them to root down, but it's okay. This is our scallions that we've had growing for a while, and they have not given up. Here on the last one on this bed is dill. And like I said in the previous video, I've not been the best in taking care of this dill, but it's still alive. So I'm going to take that as a win, just keeping it alive. We're going to move on over here to the flower garden. My flowers are, you know, the zinnias are all looking a little crazy right now, but these are the petunias. And I've got to really put everything, you know, get everything put, you know, what I want to say, cut back and pruned. And that's what I'll be doing the next couple of days to just get everything more under the belt, and really, so it's not so crazy around here. But I've got a lot of zinnias and we had a storm that came through. That's why they're all kind of laying down. But besides that, look at the color, the beautiful color on these plants. It's just gorgeous. So nice. Next over here, we also have some marigolds, and we also have petunias as well. This is our one of our blueberry plants that gave us a nice harvest of blueberries this year. We also have in the back here, this is a wild blackberry that came from my family member's land house, and so we were able to grow that. Got maybe one or two blackberries off of it, but we'll see how it does next season. This is a trumpet plant that did nice. They gave us several, at least two flowerings of blooming, and they were so pretty. I'll put a, if you look at my first video, you actually see how it looked in there, and if I have a picture, I will put that on the screen so you can actually see what it was looking like when it was in bloom, because it was beautiful. This is another one of our blueberry plants that did wonderful this season. Our sunflowers, again, they are you know, reaching the end of their life, but they're still looking pretty, still got some blooms on them. They are leaning over because, again, like I said, we had the storm, and you know, they get top heavy, but they're still looking nice. We have some zinnias, sporadic zinnias in there that are still alive. I'm so happy about that. This is a yep, name escapes me, but I have grown this. This is a perennial plant. Why, when you get on video, you guys, you can't remember stuff of what it was. If I remember it, I'll tell you. I don't know why I always want to forget that. I'll put it on the screen so y'all can know what that is. All right, so we're gonna move over here to this plant. This is another, this is a San Marzano tomato. And like I said, I've not had the best, you know, time with my tomatoes this year. We did get a few off of this plant. There's a few growing here in the back. They're not as big as I want them to be, but we did get a few, so I'm happy about that. These are some beans, green beans, still trying to grow, but I think the heat has just got them too hot. So we had a nice harvest off of them several times, but I think the heat just, you know, it keeps producing blooms, as you can see here. It keeps producing blooms, but the beans are so small on them. Maybe you know what I can do. Maybe they'll come back, but I plan on, you know, doing something else, you know, when it comes to the fall planting. This one right here is a spaghetti squash that is doing very nicely. I had two planted, but that one died, so I have some more, and I'll show you them in just a moment. This one here is a candy roaster, and so I'm going to, you see that one in the back? I'm going to show you that in just a second, put you a little bit closer to that candy roaster so you can actually see it, because I had a very hard time growing that candy roaster this season. So, you know, I planted another one. This was a Suyo Long, but that one died, and this is another Suyo Long. So this one is doing really good. This here is a here we go again. What is the name of this plant? I'll put it on the screen. Y'all know. But we've been, you know, really eating off that really nicely. So we are really enjoying. I'm definitely going to grow that again in the fall. I cannot remember why. Why can't I remember that? But anyway, so this is the other serrano peppers over here that are doing real good. I just harvested some just the other day, and like I said, with that other plant, these things are going and coming on so quickly I can hardly keep up with them. But I'm gonna keep up with them the best I can. Let me see how many is on that plant. All right, so we're gonna get into this crop cage in just a second so we can see what's growing on there. Let me take the top off. Okay, so in here we have another San Marzano tomato growing in here. I just harvested one. It had on it the other day, and like I said, it's not doing great. I do see a few blooms right there, so hopefully they'll set fruit there, but this is another kind of overgrown plant. I didn't do well with keeping it pruned, because sometimes I just want to let my tomatoes do what they want to do and just let nature, you know, take its place. But this one here, this is a kale plant. Now this kale had gotten eaten up very badly, and I took it out of that place and I put it over here, sprayed it, gave it some fertilizer, and it is back doing well. So I'm so happy about that because we love to eat kale. This one, I'm so happy about this eggplant, you guys. So happy. And look at our friend sitting up in there. Well, hello to you. I mean, I have so many lizards, but I don't say anything because they eat some of the bugs. All right, so this is, just as long as he doesn't jump down on me. This is one eggplant growing there, and I'm so happy. Oh, I'm so happy, y'all. Y'all don't even know. And that's the other one growing there. And then sorry, I hit the camera. Then we have one growing there. I mean, I got three. If I can get these three off of here, y'all, I will have done. We can just wrap up the gardening season, and I'll just be so happy. I can't even talk straight. All right, so the next plant is our Lecia plant. Over here, we have another one over here. This is a Lecia pepper, and there's some more there. And there's one growing in here. Let me see if I can get it to where you can see it. There it goes. All right, so this plant is doing very, very nicely. And then this one over here is another San Marzano. Again, not doing great, overgrown, laying over, but it gave us something. All right, so this is right here, star of the show. This is the other star of the show. So this is our black-eyed peas. I'm so happy about these things, y'all don't even know. I'm just sitting here looking at them. So look at these. These are our black-eyed peas. I'm so happy that they did have a problem with the aphids this season, but that's okay because I sprayed them with neem oil. That it didn't help them out too well, but they still produce and they're doing fine. Whatever I can get from this plant, I am going to get. So I see one here. It don't feel like there's anything in there, but it's brown. Maybe I'll just throw that one in there, just like this one here. I don't think anything really produced in there. So not happy about those pods, but it's okay. It's all right. But other than that, this plant is doing really, really good, I think, for my first time growing these beans. Look how long that is. I'm so happy about it. I know y'all like, girl, move on. But anyway, I'm so happy about it. Because these are they just look so good. Yes, so happy about it. Yes. All right, so we're gonna move over here. Ooh, as a mosquito is on my finger. Oh, we're gonna move back here to the poor plant. Now let me tell you, this is, as you can see right there, squash bugs. I have sprayed this plant and then it rained. Then I sprayed it the next day and then it rained. Whew, I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, this has suffered. And so that's why I have this plant here that is growing. So I can put that in its place. This is the candy roaster growing here. So I'm waiting for this to come to maturity. I mean, it's come this far. Why do I have to lose it? Why do I have to lose it? But anyway, you know, I just have to keep on these bugs. And then as soon as I take that off, and if I, have to take it off earlier, so be it. Just to, save and just move on possibly, because hopefully I'll be better with growing the second candy roaster. So we're gonna go over to the last part. Look at that. This is an old cucumber that I left sitting over there on the fence. Oh well, we'll put that in the compost. I'll throw that over there. Okay, so now we have these sweet potatoes. So this is on the other side of the garden. My husband, this is his prized possession over here. This is what he takes care of mostly. Yes, he does help with the main garden on the other side, but this is what he takes care of. And he has done awesome. This is his third year, and I've helped him some. This is our third year growing these sweet potatoes. We have just been ecstatic with what we have been able to get from them. We've, gotten so many sweet potatoes last season, and so yes, they're looking eaten up now, but what is left of the leaves, we are actually going to try to eat. So we heard that sweet potato leaves are good. We ate some last year, and they were really, really good. So yes, you can eat sweet potato leaves. If you have not tried them, try them. It's something different that you can incorporate into your diet. Very nutritious. And here goes a flower there. It's gonna open up, or maybe it closed. I don't know, but I'm just seeing it there. My husband told me it was on there, and so that's my chance to look at it. But yeah, these sweet potatoes are doing good. Loving it, loving it. Okay, so now I'm going to bring you over to show you something on the sad side. It's over here by itself because it had to be quarantined because it wasn't doing well, so I had to bring it over here by itself. All right, so this is the watermelon. Now the watermelon had to be brought over here by itself because it got a disease. But isn't the tendrils, aren't they dry? Should I let them dry out more? Or can I go ahead and harvest this? This is a sugar baby watermelon. So the bottom of it doesn't look too much like it has a yellow, but it's a little yellow, just a little bit there. But I looked at, the closest tendrils to it, you're supposed to, be able to know and see. So from what I see, it looks like, I'm able to, grow it. So we shall see. Now, lastly, these are the seedlings that I started not too long ago. So down here in the front, I have a beet alpha, and I also have another sugar baby watermelon. So we have one that's growing there. We have 2 acorn squash, and then 2 spaghetti squash. So I'm going to be planting those up in the next several days so we can get those off to a good start and get them growing, and so we can have some squash. So thank you so much for joining me today in today's garden tour, the end of July 2025. I appreciate you being here with me, seeing what's going on in the garden, how things are looking, just letting you know that everything doesn't always look good. I am still learning so much. I am not a pro gardener, but I am pushing forward every single day, learning more and more and more, still from what I am able to grasp knowledge from your channels, and just actually experience and from my research. So just let you know that you can grow a garden too. If you have not started, you have some time to still do that. Go and get a bucket, go and get a pot, put some seeds in it, go buy a plant from the store. However you want to, you still have time to grow a garden, grow some sort of food. So you see how I garden in pots. My whole garden is in pots, so just letting you know it can be done. So I hope that you take this information and maybe go and get started, maybe in the next couple of days. So thank you so much for joining me today. Go ahead and give a like and subscribe so this video can get pushed out to more people and help the channel. So I hope you guys take care. See you on the next one. Bye.